How's it going, guys? Disney Dan here. Welcome back into the channel and welcome to episode 79 of Disney Fiasco. We are now 21 episodes going into 20 episodes away to 100 episodes, which is it's just nuts. It's just crazy. How's it going, everybody? Hope you are having a magical weekend. I'm here with my buddy Walt from Mouse Talk, my partner channel, my good friend, Star Wars enthusiast. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you.
Good, pal. How are you? Hope you're having a good week. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for jumping in. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to have a lot of ideas, and we're going to be talking about our favorite Disney cues, our favorite standby lines, things that we love to look around. It's going to be a really fun stream today. Let's see who's in the chat. We got Michael Briggs one. Welcome to the stream. We got Noah. What's up, Noah? Good to see you. One of my super mods. Mike Wheeler's in the house. What's up, Mike? Good to see you too. Yeah, we got lots of people here. Welcome in, everybody. Please make sure you're sharing out the stream. Say hi in the chat. Hey, everybody in the chat. Hope you guys are having a really, really great day. Amanda K is here. Welcome into the stream. So today, our favorite Disney cues. Marguerite, welcome into the stream. So I thought, there's so many ideas that I was thinking about what to do this week. And I don't think I've done this. I've done my favorite ride vehicles. I've done my favorite rides. I've done favorite food items because that's one that happens a lot. Cinderella Loves Disney. Welcome into the stream. But I don't think I've ever done my favorite Disney cues. And our favorite either. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. So I thought today would be the day. You know what? It's really difficult coming up with 79 different show ideas.
Of course. Sometimes you have to kind of refresh things, though. You can do that for sure.
I don't even remember my first Disney live stream topic. I don't even remember my Disney Fiasco first episode.
Really? Oh, I remember our first live stream.
I remember it was me, Meg, and Corey. I was using OBS and it just looked awful. It looked terrible. I tried to I used OBS and I used Skype on OBS, so it was even worse.
Oh,
it was terrible. But how we've grown, and 78 episodes later, we are here at episode 79. Oh, Dougie, here we go. For the first time this weekend with the £5 super chat. Thank you so much, Dougie. He says, lads, what's up, buddy? It's so good to see you. Dougie's the man.
Mighty Ducks is on the way.
Mighty Ducks is on the way. That's some big news right there.
That is, actually.
I'm super excited about it. I
know Dougie is.
I mean, sorry, it's not Dougie. Dougie, £5 is just. I'm so thankful for that. I really do appreciate it. I'm so excited for the new Mighty Ducks coming out. I'm just waiting for March 24th when we can finally get Disney Plus in the UK. That's going to be the best thing.
Dude, that's right around the corner.
Well, it's still over a month away.
When is it? March what?
March 24th.
Oh, I thought it was March 4th. Okay. No,
March 24th.
Okay, yeah. It's only a month.
So I've got to watch the whole of The Mandalorian and the Imagination Story and all that kind of stuff. So that's all coming up next. Maybe I'll do a reaction to it.
There you go.
Maybe. Who knows? But today we are going to be doing our favorite Disney cues. Do you just want to do backward and forth, or do you want to go park by park? How do you want to do it?
You know what? I didn't do it park by park, but we can if you want. I mean, I have my list right here. So if we want to go park by park, let's do park by park. Why not?
Let's do park by park. Let's start off in the Magic Kingdom.
How many we want to do from each park? 2 or 3? Or
well, let's be honest. There's one in the Magic Kingdom which I think will be number 1 on our list.
You know what? I bet it's not. I bet that one didn't even make my list.
No, I'm putting it on my list then.
I'll tell you why. Because pre-shows and cues are 2 different things to me.
Okay.
We'll
do cues.
I'll be honest with you, everybody's going to really be surprised at this. Rise of the Resistance didn't make my list.
So you've separated pre-shows from cues?
Yes. To me, a pre-show is not part of the queue. It's part of the show. It's part of the experience.
That's fine. I will stick to that rule then. I will happily stick to that rule. So let's do Magic Kingdom. Let's do maybe 3 each per park. I think that would work.
Okay, yeah.
See how we go. Right, I'm going to give you the floor. I'll give you the first go. Number 1, what is one of the best queues in Magic Kingdom?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Nice.
Yep. I really, really love that queue. First off, on a really hot day, it's a great queue because it is really air conditioned well in there. It's dark, it's cold, and you feel great coming out of the hot sun. And the queue is just fantastic. They're playing the music overhead. You can look inside the little areas, and I love the Pirates of the Caribbean queue. I think it's awesome.
It screams classic Disney with the whole like the Pirates of the Caribbean like background music with like it's not, I think they're trumpets, I don't even know. But they're awesome. It's really, and what I really love about the Pirates of the Caribbean queue is when it's like during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party and they have the actual like actors in like the jail cells and you meet the redhead.
Yes, they were fantastic, weren't they?
I think these interactive queues, I think we need way more often at Magic Kingdom or at any park. Like we actually get to talk to like actors and cast and characters from the particular ride. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think it's great.
It's a really great idea, and like it just is so like well themed, like everything from like the floor to the artwork to everything. It's just fantastic. The armory is really cool. Jack Jones, what's up, buddy? So good to see you. But yeah, I think Pirates for sure, and I love how it splits up. One people go one way to get on the ride, and the others go sort of down sort of a path.
Mm-hmm.
It is really, really cool. I think it's a really classic, clean. I think everybody loves that attraction. Dylan's here. Jack Jones. Hi, Nick and Jack. What's up, buddy? So I think we'll go with Pirates. Well, that was on my list. But I think for sure it had to be on ours. Cinderella Loves Disney says the character interactions is so cool, and I think we should have those way more often. But the thing is, I can see why they don't do it so often, because if the queue is like an hour,
they have to pay them.
Yeah, and if it's an hour wait, it's going to be.
And we'll get to that in a minute, because I know there's another one that's going to make our list from Magic Kingdom, and I think it's part of the reason why the wait time is so long at that ride. I think you know where I'm going.
I can see where you're going. Kay Outward, welcome into the stream. Another one of my super mods. Welcome in, Kay. Hope you are well. My first one on my list, giving me the floor. Well, we're going to the laugh floor. I bet you didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that one coming. I get it. I know what you mean.
My number 1 is the Monsters Inc. laugh floor. I actually, every time I walk into literally that show building, I generally feel like I'm in the monster sort of universe with like, I love the green sort of pipes, the green liquid that goes all around. And I love the fact they've done all the banners and they're like, it's sending in jokes and it's all turned into like a comedy sort of setting. I think it's really, really fun and really interesting. I just think it's such a cool attraction. I think it's in terms of its queue. You do feel like you are in the monster world. Alex Brunner, welcome into the stream. Well, Dougie says, my favorite queue is for the Carousel of Progress because it doesn't exist. You just want to get into that air conditioning straight as you can and have a nap. But yeah, I went with Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. I'm assuming that didn't make your list.
It didn't, but it's still a fun queue for sure. When you're waiting, because what you're basically waiting is whatever the length of the showtime is, and then you get into the next one. You're not waiting long, but it is fun. They have all the different signs up around you, and then they have the little pre-video that they show. That's a lot of fun too. I think it's great. And then, like you said, you can be part of it in a lot of ways because you can send in a joke. Yeah, I love it.
I love it. Like you can actually use, like, while you're waiting in line, send that joke through your phone.
Yes.
And then you get a response from Mike, which I think is really cool. But we won't get to the pre-show because that will be a different stream. But that would make my list as well. So my first was Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, surprisingly. What about you for your second at Magic Kingdom?
All right, well, we're going to go to the one that's kind of the elephant in the room, and that was the one I was just talking about. I actually really like this queue, but I think it kind of is a detriment to itself, and that's Peter Pan's Flight.
Yep, on my list.
Yeah, it's a great queue. But I think part of the problem with the queue as being as wonderful as it is, people slow down to do all the interactive stuff in the queue. Yeah. So what could probably be a 35 to 45 minute standby queue becomes an hour and a half because people are slow.
Yeah, 100%. Samantha Lowe, welcome into stream. James Jarvis says, "What is your least favorite queue?" We'll come back to that question. I think I need to think about that. Avery, the Cuban American, welcome into the stream. Avery, yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, I think because the Peter Pan's Flight queue is so interactive, and it's as you're stepping into the film, like people just take so long getting through it, and it just takes forever. Adam from Adam's Land is here. Welcome in, buddy. So good to see you. And Art Johns is here. What's up, Art Johns? There we go. This guy and that guy. What's up? But yeah, no, I totally agree. I think I've always used a fast pass for it. I've never sort of gone through the queue unless it was like extra magic hours. But it's just a shame because it is so well done and it just takes forever to get through.
Yeah, that's my problem with it. It's not, I mean, because you can see it. You'll see people stop and the thing where you can wave your hands and you watch Tinkerbell go around. People just stop and they stand there for like 2 or 3 minutes. And that builds up after time. If you just had like a normal block queue where there was nothing to do, people would want to get through it quicker and they would just keep going.
And I think it's people just need to get through it really, really quickly because there is so much to do. Jack Jones says, "What do you make of the Flight of Passage queue?" Well, I guess you have to wait and see. You have to stay in and watch the stream, buddy.
Yeah. When we get to Animal Kingdom, we'll talk about that one, I'm sure. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Who knows? But what is your? You know what I love about the Peter Pan's Flight sort of queue though is that it does tell a story. You are going through the different rooms, you're going through all the different details that you see from the film. I remember those blocks that Nana used to like place and then they all get like crushed over, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's kind of a hindrance to its brilliance, really.
Yeah, to an extent, it kind of hurts itself in that way, but I love it. Adam said, "My favorite queue is the queue to get back off this one's treehouse." You know what? The ingenuity behind the treehouse, it's really cool. It really is. I love the fact because I'm like, oh wow, I'd like to go in that room and stay there. Oh, I'd like to stay there, but it's just like, I don't know.
James said, "I was once in the queue for Space Mountain while slightly spaced out and got stuck on the lazy river, but this man came and tugged me out, so I was happy." Well, good thing you survived that, mate. Anthony Manzano, welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for rephrasing that. Wow. I got carried away there.
Oh, that's all right.
I got carried away. But yeah, great attraction, but the queue is
well, it's a great queue. Oh, wait, what are we talking about?
The Peter Pan's Flight.
Yeah, it's a great queue. It just really slows you down.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go around the corner to our favorite attraction, the Haunted Mansion. Now you said it might not have been on your list.
It didn't make my list.
So why? I'm curious. Why is it not on your list?
Well, the queue outside the queue, not the pre-show. To me, the pre-show where you go into the stretch room and all, that's kind of the pre-show to me. I don't count that as part of the queue. The queue on the outside is just, you're underneath the awning. You're just under the awning. There's really nothing there. When you get into the other part, it's okay. It's kind of okay to look at and stuff like that, but it tells the story as well. Don't get me wrong; it's fun. It's just not one of my favorite queues. It's my all-time favorite ride.
Yeah.
Period. I love the ride. I love the pre-show. Now, if you put the pre-show into it, then yes, it makes the list for sure.
Yeah, but that's a different list, though.
For me, it is.
For me, I think there's something sort of eerie about when you're near Memento Mori, Columbia Harbor House, and you kind of hear that sort of eerie note from the mansion. That's for me where the line starts from out of it. But as soon as you go through those gates and through under the awning, for me that's when it starts. It's not so much there's a lot to see, it's more about what you can hear and what it's it does feel quite sort of mellow and dark, and
yes,
the atmosphere is quite gloomy. But it's one of those attractions where I feel like you have to stop and just look at things, otherwise you're not going to get it. And for example, the riddle with the 6 busts, like you really need to spend some time just working out who killed who. You can't just like go walk past it, otherwise you won't know what it means. Or you go through all these different like scenarios of how people had died. I love the riddles and the rhyming on the tombstones.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they're great. Marguerite says Haunted Mansion is my favorite, but the Dread Family and all the rhymes and puns, says Dougie. Which character personifies your favorite Q and why? Kronk?
Think about that.
Kronk, maybe? From the Emperor's New Groove. Keystone says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Hey, everyone. It's actually good evening here from where I am. And Anthony says, Dan, do you have a chance? I want you to watch the video by Yesterworld. It talks about the Disney was going to build before they decided to advertise Pandora with Avatar video called Beastly Kingdom. I've heard a lot about Beastly Kingdom. I've read about Beastly Kingdom, but I'm sure I will check out Yesterworld's video about it. Russ Stapleton, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? If you haven't checked out Russ's channel, please go do that. It's a really awesome channel. Yeah, I think something about the Haunted Mansion is quite special. It might not be the most sort of jaw-dropping queue in the world, but in terms of slowly kind of getting you in sort of the mood to go on the Haunted Mansion, I think it does it really well. Amanda K says, I like seeing Mr. Toad in the graveyard at the exit. I love that tombstone right there. Jason Phillips, welcome into the stream, buddy. So yeah, that's probably why I put it on my list personally. So as I kind of stole no, it was my pick anyway.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and we lost Walt. Where did you go? Where did Walt go? It seems like he was taken by a ghost. No, he's back.
Sorry. I hit the wrong button.
Did you hit the refresh button? I did that last week.
I had to refresh myself. Never mind.
Dougie, thank you so much, pal. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the £5 super chat. I really do appreciate it. You are the man. Thanks so much, buddy. And take care up in Scotland. Avery is back. What's up, pal? Right, one more from the Magic Kingdom before we move on to Epcot.
Well, mine's going to be a weird one. You're probably going to scratch your head at this one, but I like Space Mountain's queue.
Okay, why?
I don't know why. I like the music when you first off you seem to go down and inside underneath the ground. It feels like the stuff is really neat. The way it looks, I like the sounds of the music playing when you're in there. They have some of that little bit of interactive stuff that's inside there. I don't know. It's just something about that queue I really, really like. It was either going to be that or Splash, but I don't know. I just really like the Space Mountain queue. I think it's a lot of fun.
Well, Adam loves the magic carpets of Aladdin, which I think is hilarious. Yeah, I think Space Mountain's interesting. I remember, I don't know if they still have them. They still have the games. Did they stop?
I think they do. I think they do on that side. Because remember when we wrote it, I think you wrote it. I think you wrote it with us. I thought, but anyway, we were on the Fast Pass side. They don't have it on the Fast Pass side.
Yeah, I do. They're not on the Fast Pass side, but definitely on the standby. But you do go underground, like Russ said. You go under the railway because they had to build Space Mountain on the other side of the railway track because of how big it is. And I think that's the same for when the Tron coaster opens, which is going to be crazy because there's going to be 2 roller coasters next to each other, which I think is going to be awesome. My favorite queue for Rise of Magic Kingdom are Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain. What are you guys' opinion, Dan and Walt? I love Big Thunder Mountain queue. I think is good. I like what they did with the update where you can sort of blow stuff up, which is kind of cool. And Splash Mountain, I think, does need a little bit of a revamp. because there's not really much to do in Splash Mountain queue, but what can you do there? So, oh, Jack's got me with the food question. What is your snack of choice when queuing?
I don't have one. I usually won't eat. When I get in a queue, I try not to eat or drink. For one, because I don't want to have to go to the bathroom while I'm on the ride, and for two, because I'm afraid if I get to the front before I'm done,
yeah, that's true.
Throw it away.
That's true. Mine would be probably Dole Whip.
There you go.
There we go. Russ says, I'm late. My favorite queue is Swiss Family, Robinson Treehouse, and games are all gone in Space Mountain.
So they are gone.
I thought they gone.
There. Okay.
I don't remember. I just didn't remember.
I haven't ridden in the standby queue in a while. Usually, I'll get a fast pass for that. So
yeah. Nice. It's a good choice, Space Mountain. I think I do like the fact that it splits. I think that's quite cool. You go different options. You go to the Alpha track or Omega, yeah. I think they're exactly the same sort of track, except one has an additional bend or something. I don't know. It's crazy, but really great queue. It's quite nice. It's quite futuristic, but it screams like 80s, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that's why I like it. 80s. Maybe that might be why I like it. You know me.
Right, my last pick. I'm going with one that I think is very overlooked. It's actually one of my favorite attractions at Magic Kingdom, and that's Journey Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, that's a good queue.
I think it's a very interesting queue. Actually, it's a really, really interesting ride as well. Mm-hmm. What I really like about it is firstly, you get to see Prince Eric's castle straight away, and you kind of really go underneath sort of from the shoreline. It looks like the shoreline with the waterfall, going through the caves. You see Scuttle in there, spoiler alert. And then you go and kind of start seeing sort of the pillars inside the castle, and it is a really quite creative queue. I love the use of animatronics. I love the hidden Mickeys in there. There's so many great stuff in there.
That is a good queue.
Yeah, I definitely had to put that on my list for sure. Here we go. Mike Wheeler says, identical tracks, but they are mirrored in Space Mountain. KR says, I kind of like the queue for Winnie the Pooh. That's really good, unless you've got sort of like a germ phobia, because there's so much interactive stuff with the glass. Queue jumpers discuss. That's why we have Fast Pass. Yeah. Waltz, and then what are you guys' opinions on the queue for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? Now that's surprising that it didn't make our list.
I'm not actually until you're inside where they have the little things that you can spin. There's really nothing to the queue. You're just it's okay. It's not one of my favorites.
Well, I never did the standby queue until last year when we did it for Extra Magic Hours. And even that, like, it was cool, but I don't think it's the best queue in the whole of the Magic Kingdom. So that's just my pick. Right, let's move on to Epcot. Not a load of options here, but let's throw it out there. Like, okay, so let's go for it. Number one for you.
It's Frozen.
Oh, okay.
That's a really good queue.
Not the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's a pretty good queue. I like the inside of that. I like the way it looks in there. I think it's fun. I don't know. I like that. We've only ridden that ride twice, I think. We did standby once, and we did Fast Pass the other time. I think it was with you.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys got us in, I think. But
yep.
It's neat. I mean, I like it. I really think it. There's not. It's funny, but when I think about all the queues over there, there really aren't too many that have great queues.
There aren't. I know it says Spaceship Earth, but there's nothing. There's mural. There's mural on the outside before.
That's it. Because once you go up, you're basically on the ride. There's no, everything's outside. It's really an outside queue, and there's nothing there. It's just turnstiles.
Amy won the best prize, best choice. Old Test Track queue.
Well, that was my other pick. I mean, that would have made my list too.
I love the Old Test Track queue. Oh, such a great ride and such a good queue. No, I think look, the Frozen queue is good. I remember going opening day back in 2016. Waited 3 hours for it.
Wow.
It was good. Really enjoyed it. I think the Wandering Oaken part, I think, is obviously the best part in it.
Yes. Yeah.
But it is good. It is quite nice, and I love sort of the theming. You do feel like you're in the Arendelle, which is quite cool. Ray J, welcome into the stream. How are you? Good to see you. My favorite world queues overall: Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror. We will get there when we get to Hollywood Studios. We will get there. We will get there for sure. So Frozen wasn't on my list. Frozen was not on my list. You're gonna probably completely mock me here. My first pick is Grand Fiesta Tour.
See, when I think about that queue, though, it just, I don't know. What? Okay, tell me why.
Because for that ride, it's literally a straight on ride, and every ride needs a queue. And I love the fact that it's just such a small queue, and you can literally see from the start where you're going to get on. You just have to go through 3 rows, and you're straight on there. You see the 3 pictures of Panchita, Jose, and Donald on the wall. There we go. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get on the ride. I just love it because it's so convenient and easy and quick.
Yeah,
I know. It's just I know I'm kind of cheating. It's not very the most imaginative sort of one. It's probably the most boring queue in the whole of Disney. It's just
that might be Spaceship's Earth queue, to be honest with you.
Or People Mover.
Yeah.
No, I found it. Astro Orbiter.
Oh yeah. Well, at least on that one you get to go in an elevator.
That's probably why I don't like it. Thank you, Jack. Take care, pal. Good to see you.
Take care, Jack.
So I chose Grand Fiesta Tour number 1. I thought it would be quite an interesting choice. Right. What about? Oh, hey. Oh, wow. Mike said food. As soon as Mike says food, I'm there. Daniel also like that to you because you can smell the food from the restaurant.
That's true.
Oh yeah, those pickled tacos are gonna be there. Right. What about you, buddy?
Test track.
Test track on my list.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether even the newer queue is better than most of the queues at Epcot. It just is. I like the music. Part of the queue for me that I really enjoyed, it helps me with the queue, is the music in the queue. I enjoy the music in the queue for Test Track, old and new. The new part where you kind of go in and build your car it's neat. It kind of takes away a little bit from having to wait in line.
Yeah,
and it's immersive in that respect. It's still not a great queue, but for Epcot, it's one of the better.
Perfect. Yeah, I think it's quite cool going in and seeing the cars, seeing the future cars. Do you count the design the car as part of the queue, or do you put it as a pre-show?
Well, you know what? Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess that would be more of a pre-show.
See, I think that's more of a pre-show because you're actually you're not sort of waiting in line. You're doing something.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. But most of the rest of it, I think it's cool seeing like the engineering parts and the engines and all that kind of stuff. I do prefer the original Test Track.
I do too.
You do get to see the dummies getting destroyed and getting rammed into walls and all that kind of stuff, which I think is really great. But yeah, the new one is fine. I think it's good. I don't think I've actually gone through the standby line for the new Test Track, which is quite surprising. I've always done single rider or fast pass.
Yeah, I think I've done it once.
Yeah, because like the queue is just so long.
It's very long.
It's very long. Whereas like 10 years ago, it was only like 20-minute wait, and that's it.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
Yeah, but it was definitely on my list. That was my second pick as well. So my other second pick, if you were listening to last week's show, it's the Season Nemo and Friends. Best air-conditioned queue line in the whole of Walt Disney World. It is simply the best. And when I said, actually, that's really funny. I just said simply, and simply Eeyore just comes Simply Eel, welcome into the street. Thank you so much for joining. Soren is pretty neat, kind of cute. Yeah, it's definitely on my list. Thank you so much for joining. And Human Person is, what's up, Human Person? Been a while.
Good to see you.
I'm just going to say that now the best queue is the one in front of Disneyland Magic Kingdom, hands down, especially the music around it. 100%. The queue going into Disneyland or Magic Kingdom, 100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, will you walk through the sandbars when you go onto the water and see the boat above? Yeah. I think overall, the Seas with Nemo and Friends is such a it's just something different.
I agree.
I love the railings that they're all made out of sort of plank wood from boats. I think it's just so creative. I love sort of the reflection on the walls. I love that too. There's so many great stuff. It's really, really awesome queue. And if you want to get out of the heat, that's the place to go.
Oh, absolutely. I agree 100%. It's funny. Whenever I go in that queue, I always run into something because it's so dark.
It's so dark.
Going.
You know what? Next time we go, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the Seas with Nemo and Friends queue line with no glasses, both of us.
Oh, jeez.
That'll be hilarious. That'll be hilarious. We're gonna do like a race, me and you, because there's never a queue to get on the ride.
No, not at all.
Who's gonna get to the end first with no glasses on? Because I'm blind as a bat when I take my glasses off. So
I can't see anything when I go in that queue.
You can't. I always bang into something. I always do like to wind up the cast members by saying, "So is Ariel on this ride?" Because the clamshells are pretty much the same as the ones from the seas, from Under the Sea with Ariel. Yeah. Except the ones in the seas like open from the front, whereas Ariel's open from the side.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's a great queue. Love the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Third pick.
It's hard. I'm telling you, there's really, when I think about queues over there at Epcot, most of them are basic. But if I have to pick something, I guess I'll go Soarin'.
Yeah, that's mine as well.
Yeah, I guess it has to be Soarin'. I think, and Russ can help, and you might know too, I think they still have the games.
I think so, yeah. They still do, yeah.
Yeah, so that's nice to have that. Again, the music is really awesome. The queue is pretty. I mean, it's a nice queue in that respect. There's not much to it.
Yeah.
But for Epcot, there's not much else to pick from.
No, you are right. I mean, you look at some other attractions you see, for example, Living with the Land or Journey into Imagination, which I think has still got a really cool queue as well. But again, there's not a huge amount really there. But Soarin', I think is a good bet. I think it's really using technology well. It gives the opportunity for kids and adults to learn about countries and that kind of stuff. I think it's a really creative queue. I think because it's such a big pavilion, they needed to fill it somehow. And actually, what I've really loved about Soarin' is that it's not like 90-minute waits the whole time anymore because they've opened the third screen.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Nice. It's helped massively. If you think about it's maybe 30 people across one row. So it's maybe 90 people in a screen. It gets through a lot of people. It's a brilliant sort of queue to get through a load of people. So yeah, really, I remember when the paper fast passes were there, it was like the number one ride to get.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. The only queues that I don't like are the ones for food, says Mike Wheeler. Mike, those are my favorite, dude. Those are my favorite. Look who you're talking to. I love the queue for the beer in Germany Pavilion. Adam, beer? I mean, that's a bit of an obvious one. And Russ Stapleton says, Mike Weir, that's why I mobile order. Yes, always mobile order. Please, 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 for the love of God, please mobile order when you can. You're going to save so much time.
I don't understand why people don't, unless it's people that don't have the app and they just don't know.
Right. Off to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, this is where it's going to get tough.
Off to Hollywood Studios. Right. I've got my 3.
I've got more than 3, but well, I think number 1 for me for Q over at Hollywood Studios is probably going to be, man, there's a lot over there.
What do you think?
Tower of Terror.
Wait. Hold the phone. The man who is terrified of the Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
That's your favorite queue at Hollywood Studios.
It's the most immersive. It's really, it tells a story. It's fantastic.
This is why we're friends.
Queue.
This is why we're friends. This is exactly the why we're friends. You might be scared to high heaven, but you still love that queue.
Yeah, the queue's fantastic. Outside, you're in the courtyard. You can look up and you see the big. Oh my God!
Adam goes, "Oh, Hollywood Studios, the queue for the great movie." Damn it!
Well, that was a great queue. That would have made my list.
I would have made my list 100%.
Yes.
Mike Wheeler goes, "So did I just hear Dan say mobile order for bottled water?" It's Steve's World. What's up, Steve? Good to see you, pal. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope you are all okay, buddy. Which reminds me, Walt and Steve will be going live straight after this stream for the return of Sports Night.
Yay!
So Walt and Steve will be back live straight after this stream in around 24 minutes for Sports Night. So go over to Walt's channel straight after this stream.
Look at my fast passes.
I can't even see.
You can't see that?
No. Hold on. I'm going to try and go. Buzz, Dumbo, Enchanted Tales, Belle. Mansion. It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, Manatee Party, Magic Carpets of Aladdin, Ariel. Now I'm blind. Peter Pan's Flight. Space Mountain. There we go. You got some good ones there.
I do.
You got some good ones there. Yeah, so Detroit Disney Duo, welcome into the stream. Welcome in. Good to see you. So yeah, I mean, look, Tower of Terror. I mean, for me, it's my favorite ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now, I haven't been on Rise of the Resistance just because I don't live in Florida. I don't even live in the United States. For me, Tower of Terror is my favorite ride at Hollywood Studios right now. Just because of the theming alone, it reminds me a lot of the Haunted Mansion. You go through the sort of the winding sort of road up towards the tower. You go through the gardens and then under the sort of the cover into the main room where the spider webs and the detail is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. It's breathtaking. And just even so, we're talking about right up to the pre-show, and when you go into the boiler room, because I still count that as kind of the queue as well. The boiler room is fantastic as well.
I agree.
I mean, everything it is just for me. I'm going to be honest; it's my favorite queue in Walt Disney World overall. Just everything from you could take that first scene, the main lobby alone is it's phenomenal. So
it is. I agree.
You just see hats everywhere, luggage. Just really tells that story.
I agree 100%. I love it. I think it's a great queue.
It's a great queue, and then you get on the ride, and
I don't know.
You're not going to talk about it, are you?
I'm not ever putting my foot in my mouth again. On that one.
I so wish I was there. Oh my gosh. But we did do Splash with Melissa, which is great.
Yeah, that was fun. We had a good time.
That was hilarious. I just remember both of us getting absolutely just soaked. We were kind of like a human shield for Melissa. Detroit Disney Geo says the other half of my family is in Disney right now, but I go with everyone in June for 10 days. Can't wait. No festivals though. Hey, doesn't matter about the festivals. There's plenty of other food options.
You're still in Disney.
Just tell me about the food options and I'll help you out, Detroit Disney Duo. Ross Stapleton says Hollywood Studios has a bunch of great queues: Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Indiana Jones, Falcon, Rise, Slinky Dog. So many good ones. Yes, absolutely. Super fun day. What, going on Splash Mountain, Melissa? That was so much fun. Amen, Dan. That's what.
It was a fun day.
Good to see you, Melissa. Right, for me, Rock and Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith. I think it's definitely not the most exciting queue in the world, possibly, but I love when you start hearing the music. It gets me really pumped up, and I love
Yeah.
when you go through the fast pass and the single rider, and you see all your names on like the billboards and stuff. I think that's really, really great. Look who it is, David.
David.
David, how you doing, buddy? Hey, I sent you a message earlier. I hope you are okay. I was just catching up with you. I hope you are good, my friend. If you haven't checked out Brandy and Dave, please go check them out too. They just released a Disfluencers podcast episode with Meg from Mickey's Magic, which is absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed listening to that. And let me tell you something. Brandy's laugh is amazing in this episode. I love it. Timothy Rainwaters is here. Welcome in, Timothy. Great to see you, pal. Thank you so much for joining. Kate Atwood is here as well. Let's see who else. Disney Detroit Disney Duo says it's too bad they removed the American Idol experience. I'm a big fan of. Yeah, the American Idol. I don't think I ever did the American Idol experience. What did Steve say?
No, Brandy Davies.
Oh.
The old Dumbo queue before it was moved was the most interactive queue ever.
What's up, Daniel Walter? And thanks for the shout out. My pleasure, David. David, same thing.
David.
David. Rock and Roller Coaster. I think it just gets me really pumped up. I would say the inside queue is better than the outside when you're waiting to get
absolutely,
absolutely, because you get to see everybody scream their heads off.
Absolutely,
I think that's the best part.
I agree.
I remember doing it with you, Walter, and Sarah. That was a lot of fun.
Mason,
really, Mason.
Yep,
that was really
that was fun.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, our picture is really funny.
Oh, it was great. It was absolutely great. So that made my list. Right, we're pushing for time. Third option.
Okay. Third option. Oh, I thought we only did one. Okay.
Oh wait. Oh no, you're right. That was my number. That was my number one.
My number two. My number two is Toy Story Mania.
Yep, that was on my list.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic queue. So many different games from my childhood that you can find. You got checkers, you got Monopoly, you've got this, you've got that. It's such a fun queue. You got Mr. Potato Head's in there to talk to you as well.
Yeah. You
got the music playing. I love the Toy Story Mania queue.
I think it's better than Alien Solid Sources and Slinky Dog, if I'm honest.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's so good. You do feel like you're shrunk down to the size of a toy. You know what's great is walking through the queue and you see all these old games that like kids nowadays don't even know about.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I know.
So cool. You got
Chutes and
Ladders. You got Uno. You got the Crayola crayons.
Etch a Sketch, or what's that one? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yep. I know. It's fantastic.
It's brilliant. I think it's really, really creative. You got the and then you got the outside when you leave. It's not really a queue because you're leaving, but with the checkers board and the
popsicle sticks.
Yeah, I think that's so cool.
Oh, it's great.
I think that's really, really good.
I agree.
Definitely on my list. My second one is Smuggler's Run.
That was my third.
Yeah.
Great queue.
Well, I've only done not the standby, the solo. I think that's really funny. I call it the single rider. I call it the solo rider. I think it's really great. Just being in the Millennium Falcon just gives me goosebumps. I've got my vlog coming out on Monday. You'll see me cry like 4 times because it's my reaction to Galaxy's Edge and going on the Falcon. Just emotional. But I really enjoy. I really enjoy the attraction. I really enjoy the queue. I mean, what Star Wars fan doesn't want to, wait in line to go on the Millennium Falcon?
Well, I agree. I've done it like 5 times. It's awesome. In my opinion, the Smuggler's Run queue is better than the Rise of the Resistance queue. Yeah. Queue. Now remember, in my opinion, pre-shows aren't part of the queue.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Because like you said, you're doing something. There's something going on. But I don't know, it's just different.
To be fair, look, I don't know. I haven't been on Rise of Resistance, but I know that the actual queue for Rise of Resistance is tiny compared to the actual pre-show. Because it's almost it's just a show. It's not really a pre-show. It's part of the attraction, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's pretty neat, though. I mean, the queue itself is really nice. I mean, it's themed really well. It's just different.
Yeah, 100%. Steve says if the queue for
Yes.
rides is only the tunnel, the Smugglers is better.
Well,
Yeah,
and that's my opinion, Steve. And I know you've done the ride. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at just that tunnel area where the queue was.
Yeah.
That to me is the queue, and that's why I put Smuggler's Run ahead of it.
You get to see the whole like front face of the end. I nearly just said Enterprise of the Falcon when you go through the standby.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get to overlook the Falcon. I think that is phenomenal. I think that's amazing.
Yep.
So I think hands down for sure. That was my second pick.
Yeah, and Smuggler's Run was my third. So we'll go to your third.
My third. I'm gonna stick with the theme. Star Tours. I think just
that almost made my list. That was next.
That was next. I think it's great. I love
it. I love it.
You see C-3PO, you see Rex, you see
R2,
you see, and it feels like you're going on a mission on a boarding a shuttle and going off to different planets. It's fantastic.
I love it.
Even the queue when you go underneath the AT-AT Walker and going through the Ewok forest, and it's great. It's great. I think it's really, really great. Right, Animal Kingdom. We've got to do almost speed round.
We can get through it.
Right. Should we let's just kick things off. Let's just do the obvious one first.
Yeah, it's
Flight of Passage.
Mm-hmm.
Go on then. Why Flight of Passage?
It's beautiful. It's immersive. It's themed incredibly well. Come on. It's just an amazing queue. It doesn't even feel like a queue. It feels like you're really walking through Pandora. It's just fantastic. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
as soon as you go underneath the wait time fast pass sort of
it takes you into a whole new world.
You are completely walking up through past the waterfalls outside, going into the cave and seeing the carvings on the walls,
and then the lab.
And then you go through it gets darker and you see sort of like the mechanical engineering being blended into the forest. Mm-hmm. So there's that kind of combination. Then it gets all dark going all the way up and then straight into that lab. Look, you see the Na'vi, you see the Avatar in that sort of bath.
Right. Kind of like a pod, right? Yeah.
It's so cool.
I agree.
Sorry, that is the coolest thing, I think, in a queue. Just having a life-size avatar literally right in front of you, and that's going to tell you like you are going to be connected to that and going to ride on this Banshee. I mean, it's just amazing. I just love the sort of like it's dirty but not dirty. It's like mechanical but also very sort of nature-esque, on Pandora kind of environment. It's a beautiful queue. Beautiful queue.
I agree, 100%.
They really went the extra mile on this one.
Yeah, it was the one that kind of set the standards for the newer queues coming out. They understood it.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
Could not agree. Carlos, Disney World Free, welcome into the streets. Hi there, guys. Sorry I'm late. Was having a horrible dinner at Longhorn. Oh dear. I've never eaten at Longhorn.
I have. I usually love Longhorn. It's pretty good there.
No, I'm an Outback Steakhouse kind of guy.
I like Outback too.
I love Outback. The bloomin' onion. Bloomin' onion. Oh, that's the best. Right. You like blue steak?
No.
I thought you said I like blue.
No, I like both.
Oh, you like both? I thought you said I like blue. I was like, blue steak? That's just like it's like still alive. You have to kill it first before you can eat it.
No, blue steak is just steak that's sad.
I'm not even gonna go there. What about a yellow steak, like a mellow yellow steak?
Nah, he's too scared.
Or moldy, says Melissa. Oh god, it's getting out of hand. Right, Fly of Passage, easy peasy, done.
Yep.
I'm going with Dinosaur. I'll go with Dinosaur. I think it's a very cool exhibit. It feels like I'm in Jurassic Park. Going through, seeing all the different facts in the cabinets, and then you see that T-Rex. the skeleton T-Rex right in the middle of this sort of theater. And then you see all the skeletons around the outside, and it's very, very interactive. I think it's really, really cool.
Yep.
And then just once you get through the pre-show where they go, hello there, seeing like the piping and how all of it works. I love that the red, white, and yellow pipes are the chemicals for ketchup, mustard, and mayo. I think that's so clever. I think it's really, really clever. ATJH Travels, welcome into the stream. Welcome in. So good to have you. I think it's just a very sort of retro but very cool attraction.
Well, I agree.
Q.
Yeah, it was my number 3.
That was your number 3. Number 2, I could probably guess for you. What's your number 2?
It's Everest.
I know it. It was mine too.
Yeah, it is such an immersive, incredibly awesome queue.
Yeah,
all the different things they have in there. It really sets the scene for what's to come on the ride.
Yeah,
it tells the story of the Yeti and all the different experiences and the history and what people have experienced and kind of the mythology behind it. And is it true? Is it not? And all the different backpacks and this and the pictures and the footprints. And it's such a great, great queue that sets the stage for what's to come on the ride. It's awesome.
I think it's great. I think going into it, you kind of go into sort of like the temple gardens kind of start and then go into the actual museum. I think it's really great. You see all these different sorts of artifacts and I love the fact that they really took a load of inspiration when they went to Nepal and did lots of research. I think it's so clever. And you're right. It gets you really excited for the attractions. You're about to go and meet the Yeti, the Disco Yeti, and just have a really great time. It's probably my second favorite roller coaster in the whole of Disney. But overall, the queue alone is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Somebody asked about Navi River. Navi River queue is nice. It's a watered down version of the Flight of Passage queue, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not quite as good as, and I hate to say the word watered down, but I'm just giving you an example. It's a good queue. It is. It's a good queue. It's not quite to the level of Flight of Passage. It would be in the conversation for me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Is this my third or second?
This is your third.
This is my third.
No.
Second.
Second, because my third is already done. Yep.
My second is It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I think It's Tough to Be a Bug is one of the most underrated shows in the whole of Disney.
I agree.
I love the fact that you really go up and close. You walk inside of the Tree of Life. You get to see all the carvings. You get to see all the animals and that have been carved on the Tree of Life, and it's just you can really take your time because there is never you're never waiting for it. Despite the attraction is pretty much a walk on, you can see everything and take as much time as you like. Fantastic queue. I'm not going to even say anymore because I know it's fantastic queue. 100%.
It is. It's great.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Yep.
So your third one was Dinosaur.
My third one was Dinosaur. I really enjoy that queue. I enjoy that ride. I do agree. Somebody said they thought that Russ said he thinks Dinosaur needs a little bit of a refurb. I agree.
The ride just went through a refurb. I think the queue needs a refurb.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I mean too. Yeah, the queue does.
Yeah.
The ride's great.
Yeah, I love the ride. I think it's my second favorite ride. But thinking of my third pick, there's not a huge amount.
No. Not for queues.
But I'm just going to go with the Kilimanjaro Safari.
See, it didn't make my list because there's really nothing to the queue.
There's nothing too much. But I do like the fact that they talk about animal well, it's not I love about it, but I think it's interesting how
it's educating
the story, and I think it's interesting. It kind of sets you up to what you're going to see on the savannah and all that kind of stuff. And I think I just had to choose that because the Festival of the Lion King doesn't have a queue really. No. Finding Nemo the Musical doesn't have a queue. I really don't like the Cali River Rapids queue. I think they could do so much more with that.
Yep.
Primeval Hull, don't get me started. Triceratops Spin, well, there's not really a queue there.
Yeah. I guess Navi River would have been the other one that made the list.
Navi River.
Yeah.
There's nothing really too much else, really.
No.
If you think about it. So I think I went with the Kilimanjaro Safari.
Yeah. Love that ride.
Yeah. And on that note, my last favorite queue is the Dole Whip queue. Because there's always a queue to get Dole Whip. Right, so we are finishing off. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on to the stream. It's been a wonderful stream with Walt from Mouse Tour. Thank you, everybody who stayed here the whole time. Thank you to everybody who's jumped in, jumped out. Thank you, Dougie, for the £5 super chat. You guys are absolutely awesome. Please, in 5 minutes' time, head over to Walt and Steve. It'll be on Walt's channel for the return of Sports Night. It's going to be an absolute amazing stream. I know that for sure because I love those guys. They are amazing. And next week is episode 80.
80
Disney Fiasco. 80 episodes next week. It's going to be a big stream. It's going to be so much fun. But firstly, I just want to give a massive thank you to my buddy Walt from Mouse Talk. You are the man. Friend, awesome channel. Always there to support me and this fellow community. So thanks so much, buddy.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. It's always an honor to come on here. I'd love to help you when I can, if I can. And we always have a great time. It's so much fun talking Disney with you. This is awesome. And thank you to everybody in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got a lot coming up. We just hit 1,900 subs.
Yay. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're getting there. And of course, big stuff coming very, very soon. Got lots of ideas for things when we get down to Florida. So it'll be different for sure, but I think in a good way.
So excited for you, buddy. So excited. So please, guys, please go check out Walt's channel. Let's get him to 2,000 subscribers. You will not be regretful if you need to go subscribe. Their channel is fantastic. And then also, please go check out my buddy Steve from Steve's World, a power channel of mine. Please go check him out, as well as the rest of the Dis and That crew. Brandy and Dave were in here as well. And please go check out my other partner channels, Mickey's Magic, Corey Fiasco, and RobFuz. RobFuz, Adam, and I did our Oscar predictions last week, which was a lot of fun. I failed miserably, but it was a lot of fun. Anyway, really great fun. But next week, episode 80 of Disney Fiasco, will be 20 episodes away from 100 episodes. So it's going to be absolutely crazy. You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at DisneyDan. And this week coming up, will be my reaction to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I cried a lot. If you tell me, if you had a drink every time I said I'm speechless, it'll be a fun stream, trust me. But that'll be released on Monday, and I'm going to try and get a few more streams in this week as I'm off this week from work, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Right, guys, I'm going to let everybody go. Please head over to Walt's channel right now for Sports Night. You're going to talk about some sports that I don't know anything about, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
And Disney. We're going to talk both.
And Disney. Right, guys, thank you so much. You guys are the best, and I'll see you guys all next week for episode 80 for Disney Fiasco. See you, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here.
See you later.